Yo, it is your boy, Adam Coe. Welcome back, YouTube. It is August 30th. It is a Sunday, and the Giants are 16-19. It's been a while. I've been a couple days off. I had some company in town. Devin Bento had a great weekend. My buddy and Sarah Bento, they came into Austin, Texas, and we had a good little weekend. Had some good barbecue, played some golf, had some fun. So didn't make any videos, watched the games together, but we just enjoy the games, especially last night's. So we'll get back into, I missed a couple days. Last we talked, Brandon Belt hit a couple home runs, big win, and then a lot happened since then. Obviously, the protest, the boycotts going on in the NBA, and then it turned into other sports as well. Baseball hopped on as well, and we had a game postponed. So we had a doubleheader, and that was a disaster. Obviously, it didn't go our way. We had like 6 hits, didn't score a run. Dodgers just bloop, home run. But even if we won both games, I would not be happy with it because 7 innings does not belong in Major League Baseball. 7 innings is not baseball. I've seen it in high school. I've coached it. I've seen it in Little League. I've seen it in college, doubleheaders. But this is Major League Baseball. It was created to be 9 innings. And it's don't change baseball. Don't change the innings in baseball. I can see a little, 3 hitters per pitcher. These new rules, the replays coming in. They're trying to change baseball a little too much. I know it's because of COVID and, the short season. But what's 2 more innings? What's 2 more innings? We have expanded rosters. 7 innings is not enough. Whoever scores first, there's no strategy. Usually 7th, 8th inning, that's when, boom. A lot of our games we won this year are late in the game. A lot of the runs we scored late in the game. So it didn't feel right at all from the beginning. Like the Dodgers scored that first inning. It was like, oh boy, everybody's stressed out. It's the 4th inning already, and it's 1-0. I feel like it's over. And it ended up being that way. So it is what it is. That's in the past. I think that series goes a lot different, especially with that momentum. We had a 7-game win streak, and then we stopped for a day, kind of up in the air on the next day. We ended up playing 2 7-inning games. So momentum definitely got hit up. We lost the first game against the D-backs, which was tough. Tyler Anderson pitched well against the D-backs last time. We saw that. He threw a CG against them. But give credit to the D-backs. They made the adjustments. They probably watched a lot of film on him before the game. This next time, they sat on the off-speed pitch, and they hit it well. There's a lot of bloopers, a lot of, they found holes, but that's baseball. So tip your cap to the D-backs for making that adjustment. But the Giants, I'll talk real quick. They made the adjustment going in, 3-game losing streak. We're thinking, oh boy, are we sellers again? And they had a great game last night. So I wanted to wait a little bit for this video. I didn't want to, do it early this morning for a couple reasons. I want to see the lineups come out, but also I wanted to wait about trades. Obviously, tomorrow is the trade deadline, August 31st. Also, Barbara Cosina's birthday. Shout out, Barb. Love you, Mom. You want to wait for the trades. I never know. You never know this team. Could have been a couple trades. Could have been one big trade for the Giants. And I want to wait. Okay, so nothing yet. Let me check the phone. Nothing yet. Game starts in about an hour. Excited to end the week right here against the D-backs. We got our ace on the mound, Johnny Cueto. I'll talk about that in a second. But let's talk about our game last night. Like I said, they came back, lost 3 in a row, and they played a great game. Scored 2 early. Longo and Belt stay hot. Both over 300. Longoria 301 right now. That's great to see. This guy is hitting everything on the barrel. It's loud contact. And every time him and Belt come up right now, it's just like they're going to get on base. Belt got on 4 times yesterday, and he hit one to the warning track. Could have been 5 times. Could have been another home run. So Belt's locked in still. It's great to see, even though he went against Kershaw. And I thought, man, he's so hot right now. I hate to see him go against Kershaw, and he hit him well too. So he's hot. He's locked in. So is Crawford. Crawford had 2 more hits yesterday. Dubon had 2 more hits yesterday. Good to see Dickerson get a couple hits yesterday. Wilmer Flores just hitting home runs. That's his eighth home run of the year. Surprising with his power. I knew it was there, but 8 home runs in the short season is dynamite. And then I'll talk real quick about Bart's struggles. I mean, Joey Bart is struggling. He could be the first one to admit it. He looks like he's just in a different world out there. The first 3 games, I mean, we knew the talent was there. I've seen it. I've seen it in first person. I mean, the guy is talented. They figured him out a little bit. They figured out that he likes to extend his arms. They're throwing him inside. And when he strikes out, he's been striking out a lot, and he left 8 guys on base yesterday. I tweeted that out, that 8 guys, and they left a lot of guys on yesterday. They had like 14 hits or something like that, and the D-backs had 3, and we only won by 3. So that was kind of frustrating, but we got the win, so whatever. But Bart, 8 left on base. He had the bases loaded. He had second and third. So he's getting the chances, man. We're letting him. He's not in the lineup today, but we're giving him chances, and he's not executing yet, but it's coming. I hope they stick with him. I hope they don't give up on him right now. This is great experience for him. I see it though when he strikes out the at bat before. These pitchers know that he's going to be aggressive, and they just throw him anything. They can throw him ball, halfway. I mean, Kershaw did it. They can throw a ball in the dirt in front of the plate, and he'll swing. He doesn't want to strike out again. That's the problem, and that's not a good thing as a hitter. So hope he figures it out in this off day again today. He can just rest up, talk to the other hitters, talk to the hitting coaches, watch some film, and figure that out. So he's looking more comfortable. It looks like he's more comfortable, but he also looks at the same time with more at bats. It's going to come. So not too worried about him. We'll talk about that in like a week or two. If he's still struggling, then we'll talk. So yeah, Cahill pitched well. He had a little hip discomfort, so they took him out. But the bullpen just kept it up, man. This bullpen, it's either really good or really bad. There's no in between right now. There's no in between. Harlan Garcia comes in. He doesn't even know what it feels like to give up a run in 2020. Dynamite. Inning in 2/3. Shut it down. Coonrod came in, probably our best right-handed pitcher, maybe the best pitcher in our bullpen right now, throwing absolute cheddar cheese and making guys look silly. So he threw another scoreless inning. Great to see. Trevor Gott, welcome back to the rotation. Just getting in there, gave up a triple, but then he left him on third with less than 2 outs. So that was awesome to see, getting his confidence up. ERA dropping down to the 12s now, so that's big for him. Tony Watson, stop what you're doing, dude. You're doing too well. You're just a lockdown right now. If we wanted to trade him tomorrow, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I also would. He's that guy right now that we just have to have. Since he's been a Giant, and almost his whole career, he's been a guy that just gets outs, and we need that guy in the bullpen right now. So we'll see what happens. It is what it is. Both ways, we're gonna get some big pieces. Say the Twins, they're in the race. They need some bullpen help. That wouldn't be a bad play for him. Tony Watson to Twins. That's actually a pretty good spot for him. And we can get some. We finessed the Twins last year for Jalen Davis and Kiwei Tang and Prelander Baroa for Sam Dyson. So we could do it again. I think they're scared to deal with Farhan, but we could do it again. But I hope he does stay, because I want this team to stay as much as we can or get better. I want to be buyers, but I think they kind of said they're soft buyers. They're kind of waiting until the last second, and if they get the right move, they gotta make it. But we'll see. I'm not gonna make too many guesses. I'll make some guesses later though. So yeah, the bullpen did well. Tyler Rogers finished it with a 7th pitch inning. So great job by all of them. Looking forward to today. Like I said, Johnny Cueto on the mound against Taylor Clark, a guy that was kind of a spot starter last time he was on the mound, and he did well. So they're keeping him out there. He's not going to go far into the game, maybe 4 or 5 innings, like a Cahill for us, but he has good stuff. So try to get to him early and get him out early, and then it'd be a long bullpen day for the D-backs. So that'd be great for us. They don't have the best bullpen. We have seen that. So get to the bullpen early. Hopefully get him out maybe 2 or 3 innings would be awesome. So Johnny Cueto just picked you up in my fantasy league. I need a Sunday starter. You're in, Johnny Cueto. Need it. Okay. Same kind of lineup today as yesterday. We got Yaz, Dickerson, Longo, Belt, and Solano. I like the Longo, Belt, Solano 3-4-5. It's our best hitters. I mean, put them in there. Boom, boom, boom. If we could start an inning with Longo, Belt, and Solano 3-4-5, say in like the 5th inning, I feel good about that, and that's where we score a lot of runs. So, and then we got Panda 6. His at bats are not great. You could throw a high fastball to him. I could throw a high fastball to him. He's gonna miss it, unless it's over his head. Then he likes those ones. But man, he's missing a lot of. He's swinging at everything. It was an 0-0 pitch. His single yesterday, his RBI single, was a ball that almost hit the dirt. I guess that's what he likes to hit. We've seen that. But man, he's just kind of swinging, and they're throwing him out there. So if he's out there, we got to root for him. Dubon's in there again. He sat a couple days on the bench, and he had 2 hits yesterday, and he looked really good. He should have stolen base, his foot in the air, whatever. Chadwick Trump in there at 9. I could see Bart getting a pinch hit, but I think he needs a full day off. He hasn't had a full day off. He even pitched hit his last time he sat. So he needs a full day off, relax, clear your head, come back on Monday as a starter. So that's about it for today. My player of the game, I hadn't even thought about it. They're going against a righty. I'm going, this is tough. A guy that hasn't really hit well as of late, but this isn't even a really tough or a kind of a stretch. I'm going to pick Yaz. He's been struggling a little bit. Not really, had a double yesterday, but I think Yaz is going to have a big game. Maybe 2 home runs. What? All right. Okay, Adam. I'll do a couple of trade scenarios that have came up, and I would like to see them happen. I'll say them real quick because the trade deadline is tomorrow. Barb, happy birthday. I'll say that again. Love you, Mom. They were talking about Jackie Bradley. That Jackie Bradley Jr., a guy that about 3 or 4 years ago, they kind of talked about trades with him, and then they didn't trade him. But I always wanted him to be a Giant for some reason, just because of his defense, his arm, and his power potential. He's never really turned into that big player that they expected him to be, power threat. He's hit 15 to 20 home runs almost every year quietly, but his average is always 220 to 240. Doesn't steal as many bases as he should. His defense is declining a little bit, but his arm and his range is still there. So if we were to get him, I think we can get him for really low. His contract, he's on a 1-year contract, so he's a free agent at the end of the year. And he's not really doing that well. He's got 2 home runs. He's batting like 240. So if we were to get him, I think we can get him pretty cheap. And if we're still trying to buy here, that's a better piece than Steven Duggar. Steven Duggar would probably get designated for assignment if this is the case. But I think we can go Jackie Bradley for like a Melvin Adon and maybe Shaw, or just maybe one of them. So Chris Shaw or Melvin Adon. Those are 2 guys that have, they just picked him up to the alternate site in this last week, which you have to be in the alternate site to be able to get traded. And maybe that was their thinking there, is that they trade him. I said in my prospect video that I wanted Melvin Adon up to see what he could do before we let go of him. But if they let go of him, I mean, we gave him the shot. We gave him the chances in AAA, and he hasn't shown out. Same with Chris Shaw. One of my favorite prospects, and a lot of people's best prospect because of his power potential and what we've seen in AAA and the minors, but he hasn't followed up into the major league. So, hate to see it, but if we traded both those guys for Jackie Bradley, that's maybe not the worst move. And if he does well the rest of this year, we sign him next year pretty cheap. So it could be a good move there. That's one of my options. My other move, they talked about Kevin Gausman and the Yankees talking a little bit. The Yankees, I always wanted Clint Frazier. I don't think that's going to happen, especially with Stanton injured and Frazier's success. So I said maybe Estevan Florial, outfielder for the Yankees, would be a great piece. Great little prospect. That would be like he'd be in the top 10 for us for sure. For Gausman. I don't want to get rid of Gausman. He said some good things about the Giants. He likes the clubhouse. He likes the team. He doesn't want to get traded again. I would love to have him back next year on a 1-year deal again, or sign him for a couple years. I think he's got really good stuff, and he's been proving it. He gets to do a couple bad innings, but I like him a lot. So I don't really want him to get traded. And I want to keep going with this little run we have, and we're still in that playoff race, like I said. But if we're gonna give up Gosman and get a guy that Florial that who has been he's been a top prospect for a while, a couple years. That wouldn't be bad. My last one that I'll speak of is Trevor Cahill, a guy that has been in the league for a long time. Everybody really knows about him. I thought about him going back to the Cubs. That's a good option. Angels aren't really in it that much, so they don't. He used to be on the Angels. The A's, I didn't think about the A's. Cahill to the A's. He's been there. They know what he's all about. But I said the White Sox. The White Sox are in it. Gio Gonzalez just went on DL. They have Giolito. They have a couple other pitchers, but they need that veteran, especially with such a young team that they have. So they also have Keuchel. But a trade that I thought of was Trevor Cahill to the White Sox for Gavin Sheets. I think he's their 10th best prospect. Like a really big dude, like 6'5", first baseman, and he just hits bombs. That's one player. He's ready too. He's on that verge of making the team. Another one was Blake Rutherford, an outfielder that I like from their system. I like to look at everybody's top prospects during this time, and that's another player that I like. I think that Farhan would like it as well. High average guy, on base guy. Gavin Sheets, more of a power guy that we need from first base. So we'll see what happens. Those are just a couple options. If it happens, that'd be awesome. If they don't, let's make that run to the postseason. We can do this, guys. I know we can. I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. The trade deadline is one of my favorite days it's like Christmas. So it's probably going to be more of a quiet one this year with everything going on. We'll see what happens. It could be a busier one with such a short season, with everybody thinking they're in the contention. I think the Giants can get a lot for these guys because everybody thinks they're in the contention. So that could be, they'll give more prospects up just to get that player. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. I might make a quick video during the trade deadline or at the deadline, like right after, so we can talk about those trades. There's been a couple so far. I mean, I saw the Rockies got Givens from the Orioles. Mitch Moreland went to the Padres. It's our turn. I know the Dodgers are going to make a move. They don't need to, but they always do. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. How many times have I said that? Every time I say that, take a shot. Okay? Do it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Have a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you.